Okay, everybody, welcome into this episode of the Could Be Better podcast.
Wow.
Almost had a
Did you just almost slip into 2015 Colin?
No, I wasn't gonna say Frederick Playlist. I was gonna say For the Record. That was a band in Pittsburgh I was in.
Wow.
I don't know why that came to mind, but my name is Colin McGuire. His name is
Chris Perry.
And we are
Could Be Better.
For the Record. This episode is a very special episode. It is the first tandem we have recorded.
I think it went
together, okay. And it's also pretty much an hour infomercial for a local business.
Yeah, it is.
Which we're happy to do.
I'm trying to think of a business that would be funny to plug, but I can't.
Walmart.
Oh. Yeah.
No, we have Keith Marcoux and Nick Wilson of Old Mother Brewing, who sponsor this podcast and whose establishment we run a lot of shows at. They came by and we had a blast. Did we not, Chris?
It was the most blasted I've ever been.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
It was a lot of candy talk.
Dude, so much candy talk. And you just kept going.
How can you not? I want that gummy bear.
15 pounds. Okay.
Yeah. If anybody's listening, please send it to the Could Be Better Studios.
Yeah, send it to the Could Be Better Studios or Venmo me. And we'll use whatever money you Venmo me to buy a 15-pound gummy bear, and Colin will eat it live on the podcast.
Air. Although, because we only do audio, you'll just listen to me chomp.
Well, do you think you could do it in one setting?
I don't know. I'd have to see it.
15 pounds is a lot of pounds.
One thing I forgot to mention, and maybe I'll do it when we go back out there, is I have a 10-pound ring pop on the shelf out there.
That's tough.
I didn't even open it. I don't know how you could, because it's gonna get sticky. It's gonna be, it's just impossible. But I think you could do a gummy bear.
Yeah, except it's a lot of chewing. I feel like it's just a lot of jaw time.
Hey, we chew a lot of scenery on these podcasts, so it doesn't really matter. It was good to have them on, though, because it was good to catch up. Chris does a lot of communication with the outside world, as where I don't. I haven't seen Nick and Keith in a while. I haven't seen Keith in a while, so it was good to see Keith. And we had a ton of fun. We talk about them wanting to host music a lot, right?
Yeah, it was such a cool intersection of what they do with their business, which is brewing delicious beer, which I'm drinking now, the 86 IPA.
Yeah.
Delicious.
You're not getting a beer description this episode, fellas.
Yeah. Nah, sorry. But with that, though, it's they kind of found this really interesting place between, hey, here's our job, here's our craft, here's our passion, also with music. And when you guys just got to tune in, you make sure you listen. But it's when Keith...
Well, if they got this far, they're probably going to keep going.
I hope so. They were oh, man, if Chris gives me the synopsis one more time, I'm going to be done. But it was just so cool to see how they connect music and art with brewing beer, and just that intersection of beauty was really cool.
The intersection of beauty.
You heard it here first.
Never heard that.
Really?
I've never heard that before.
Is it because it's not good?
Or it could be better.
Boo.
Ha 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 ha. But also we hear a song from Tending to the Corpses, Nick's band.
Dude, so heavy.
Yeah.
And he's the drummer.
And he is the drummer, we should say that. I didn't realize until he reminded me on this podcast that he was forming the band, or the band had just started when we had our Come to Jesus talk 3 or 4 years ago.
Do you get 10% of their gross earnings?
I should. The problem is I don't think they've earned much.
Shout out Frederick Music.
But we can ask them. I'm sure they get paid a lot at Old Mother, right?
Oh yeah, sure. I'm sure Nick gets a lot of money.
I would hope so. And it takes, you want to know what? It takes a lot to schedule 4 people to get on one episode of a podcast when you are all adults.
And they have kids. They're super dads, man.
They are.
And it's also it was a ton of fun. I wouldn't say it's the most fun I've ever had, but it's pretty close.
The most fun you've ever had. At this point, you're a dad by the time people hear this.
Oh my God, yeah, I hope so. Amazing. It feels great, guys.
Yeah, how does it feel to be a dad?
Well, it kind of feels warm and fuzzy. It's just, it's one of those things where you wouldn't really believe that you're there until you're there. It's weird.
Well, tune in next week when we'll get details of the birth.
You're the worst. Full disclosure, it's like we're recording months, weeks in advance. Oh, guys,
it's okay.
It's okay. fans are tuning in, guys, can you please stop emailing us couldbebettermeh@gmail.com, because if you guys are sending us, hey, sponsor us with our business idea, hey, we're going to give you these plugs, like, just stop. It's too much. We can't read out all of these ads all the time. But speaking of ads, March 12th, it's this Saturday at Old Mother Brewing, we get Cosmic Halitosis playing, who was just on the podcast, Matt Henry.
That's right. Yep.
And then we get Ben DeHaan. Man, I mean, he's a Baltimore acoustic act. Great time.
He's not Han, he's DeHaan.
DeHaan. Yeah, it's like DeHaan Solo. It's amazing. And then we get again, I'm going to preface it like this every time, one of the many Grateful Dead tribute bands, but I'd say probably the most friendly, Raise a Violet.
And they're all going to be at Old Mother.
Yeah, and God, dude, it's going to be amazing. Saturday, March 12th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
And free.
And always free, because Old Mother, not only do they just support the arts, they support your wallet. Buy their beer.
They support your wallet. Capital One.
What's in your Old Mother?
Yeah. So there you go. The show coming up this weekend. Good luck to you. And I guess we should also say, between now and the next time you hear us, it'll be St. Patrick's Day. Aye,
aye, matey.
So I think I'm being summoned into the Could Be Better lobby.
Oh, yeah. So
St. Patrick's Day was March 17th. This is
this is coming out the week before that. So yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's fine.
You said March 12th.
Yeah, is the show.
Yeah.
This episode's coming out a couple days before that.
Yeah. So maybe this episode will come out on actual March 17th.
It's coming out it's coming out before the 12th. So it's coming out like the not 12th. Hang on. Let me look at my schedule.
It'll be the 10th.
This episode is coming out on the 10th. Yeah, you got it.
So happy St. Patrick's Day. This comes out, I guess, the week before. Yeah.
Can you sing a bar of Danny Boy for me, please?
No, I can't. I could say,
"Back in black." Dude, God, all right, you guys have to tune in. Here we go. No, not here we go, guys. I've also have to. Sorry,
Here we go.
We're gonna elongate this session here.
Here we go.
I say here we go all the freaking time before a segment.
Here we go.
And I need to apologize.
Here we go. Boom bop boom bop boom bop bow bow boom bop boom bop boom bop bow bow. Hearts on fire and wait.
I didn't know
yeah, okay.
I didn't know
amazing. Wow, that's Keith and Nick, ladies and gentlemen. How did that feel?
Okay, I wish I knew more of the words.
I thought you were going to start with the giddy up.
I don't know that part.
That's the part we just did.
Guys, we're welcoming Nick and Keith from Old Mother Brewing here on the podcast. Welcome. How are you guys?
Hey, you're doing really good.
Thanks for having us on.
You're very welcome. When you walked in, did you see the red carpet and the signs out front that we had for you all?
No, we just were greeted by Colin, who told us to take our shoes off.
That's very true. I told everybody and nobody listened to me today, so...
We were coming up and your neighbor up top was like, "You got some rock stars coming in." We're like, "Yeah."
Did that really happen?
It did.
Because I believe you. Neighbor up top does that.
Curly hair guy.
Yeah. Oh, you talked to him, Mark. Shout out to Mark.
I told him we were from the Mormon rock revival from Utah.
That's funny. That's hilarious. I'm sure he believed you, too. Shout out to Mark.
True, but I did not say that.
Oh, man.
So I guess the fact that we signed his sneakers isn't legit either.
Oh, man.
He'll never forget this moment.
Yeah.
Or that moment.
I'm just thinking of a side project with you, Colin. Mormon rock revival.
I'm in. It could be all a cappella. A wee moet, a wee moet, a wee moet. And then, Keith, you could do the high harmony.
Oh, well.
Jungle,
I'm a little raspy these days. I don't know
man.
whether that's going to fly.
I haven't seen you in forever, Keith.
I know, man. I was looking forward to this podcast because it's been some time, my friend.
It has. Where have you been?
Well, I've been at Old Mother. Where have you been?
I've been in this room called the Could Be Better Studios.
I've been in this here chair.
So how's everything going at the brewery?
Everything's good.
Is it good?
Everything's good. Lights are still on.
That's good.
Bills are still being paid.
That's good.
We've got staff still in the house, rocking and rolling.
Have you seen exponential growth over the past 3 to 5 years?
I would say the past 3 years have been a little bit of a bummer. I'm not really sure why.
COVID?
Oh, yeah. We're still living in those times. Yeah, pandemic. I mean, pandemic's been tough for all of us, but we're just fortunate to still be around, and healthy, and we're all in good spirits. So it is what it is.
Yes, good spirits. Everybody, when I walk in, they're always the most up out of any brewery I've ever been to. And I don't know if you guys when you hire people, do you have hey, what's your normal good attitude vibe? Because it is always 10, and it is insane. Everyone is the nicest.
Well, there's a prerequisite to work with us.
Mm-hmm.
You have to chew bubble gum. And Bubble Yum is the brand.
Sure.
We found that in our diligent research that if you naturally and likely are to go to Bubble Gum,
yeah,
you're a pretty outgoing and nice person.
Sure. So what about bubble tape
on the resume that you need to have?
Yeah, no Bubblicious, no juicy fruit.
Bubble tape.
Tape's a little childish.
Oh, okay. I'll take that one on the chin, Nick.
Kind of like fruit by the foot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't do that. We just go straight fruit roll-ups in the mouth.
Guys, I'm going to take my ball and go home now because
Yeah.
I like bubble tape is pretty cool, but that's also why I don't work there. I guess I wouldn't have made it.
How about Big League Chew?
We call that tobacco in West Virginia.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's fair.
I love me some Big League Chew. I like that. That's called Skull where I'm from.
Skull. So what's some of your other favorite candy? Like you were talking about the Boston baked beans.
Boston baked beans, that's just old school from when I was a super little kid. And your little candy machines, those
Little?
are
Okay.
Well, the 3 candy machines that you have, when you're in a bowling alley, or
That's true.
I think I can conjecture where that came from. Would I be correct?
You would probably be correct.
Okay.
But
okay.
we're
I won't
not-
say it.
We're not doing.
I won't say it.
Please don't say
Just
that on
based
the air.
just based on
I don't know
potentially
where this is going, but I'm
potentially on how that machine was acquired. But no, so
Moving on.
when you're a little kid, one of the greatest things to do is get 4 quarters from your mom or dad and go explore those machines. So Chewy Sprees, peanut M&Ms.
Then you get the rubber balls and you try to eat them and you didn't realize
those aren't so good. Or you get the little tattoos that are just the sticky hands.
That's right.
Sticky hands.
Well, speaking of candy, my daughter goes trick-or-treating and gets a shitload of candy. And I'm like, it's too much candy. We got to give some away. And my wife's like, nah, let's just hold on to it. You can, ration out through the year. That's for candy for the year. And I'm like, and Karen's like, don't eat it. Of course, I'm like, I'm an adult. I don't eat candy. Why are you talking
I'm an
to me
adult,
like
man.
that? I don't do that. I have found myself fucking sugar peddling Skittles into my mouth. In off hours in our household. And all of a sudden, the fucking year-long worth of candy is now a 4-month supply of candy. So that's me and my candy story. Sorry, Karen. Sorry.
Now the answer is to where all the little mini wrappers, why they're in the bottom of the trash can outside, are an answer.
Yeah.
You just empty your pockets every morning. You're like, oh my god, I can't believe I did that.
Dude,
I do.
up on Skittles.
Were they just the regular Skittles?
Yes.
Yeah, because some of the other ones are wild, like
Tropical,
tropical. Yeah,
Wild berry?
Sour
Wild
Skittles,
berry.
yeah. I love Sour Patch Kids. I
do
buy
too.
Sour Patch Kids every time I go to Home Depot.
So I have what?
Every single time.
Hey, baby, I'm just going out to Home Depot
Yep,
for some Sour
put her
Patch
in the
Kids.
cart. Yep.
Dude, speaking of the Skittles, my wife, I'll just hear the shower upstairs running. I'm like, oh, she's taking a shower. And I'll just hurry up and just sugar pedal the fuck out of Skittles in my mouth. And then if I swear to God, I hear the shower turn off, like it's a short shower, shit's going on, I'm like fucking just scarfing Skittles down my throat, I'm getting paid to do it.
So this is
And I'm just standing in a corner shamefully.
Picking
with
your
a fucking
teeth.
mouthful of Skittles, I have a problem. Anyways, I don't eat candy, everybody.
Yeah, I think this is a cry for help, and this is cool. But please bring all of your Skittles and Sour Patch Kids to Old Mother Brewery.
Yeah.
Please don't do that.
God, that'd be the best. I hope that after this episode airs, you guys come and there's a huge box. Because I don't know if you know, but there could be better fans. I mean, they're crazy.
Maybe.
I mean, it's insane.
Maybe. Yeah. Diabetes runs in my family, so I gotta.
Cavities run in mine.
So we're batting 0 for 2 over here.
Is that it? It's just Skittles. You don't like any other candy?
Yeah, not really. Not really. I try not to.
Starburst.
okay. They hurt my cavities in my teeth. Skittles are a little bit more manageable.
Okay.
What about Shock Tarts?
Shock
Ooh,
Tarts?
I love
No.
Shock Tarts.
I'm about the Shock Tarts.
No.
A little bit of sweet, a little bit of sour.
Yeah.
What the
No.
hell is a Shock Tart?
No,
What?
man.
I'm not
Oh.
kidding.
Lemon heads.
I've heard of sweet
You've heard of
tarts.
lemon heads.
Hard candies are no
I
good.
think of Warheads.
Yeah, so there's Warheads, which are like they're the sour ones with a little bit of sweet, kind of almost like a lollipop in the middle. Shock Tarts are essentially the older brother of
It's a
sweet
sour
tarts.
spree.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's pretty good.
Well, Shock Tarts are chewy, so a chewy spree.
A chewy sour spree. It's
Yeah.
like it's the better spree.
Yeah.
Have
yeah.
you ever had a what the fuck
It's the better
moment
spree.
with a jawbreaker? Like you put one in your
That's
mouth.
a serious
Like,
moment.
I
you
just
spend your
cracked my
money,
tooth.
And then you put in your mouth, you're like, what the fuck am I doing eating this tasteless piece of shit hard ball of bullshit?
Are you talking
And then
about?
you just wasted 50 cents.
Are you talking about like the 3-inch?
Thank
like,
you.
Like
Yes.
racquetball size jawbreakers, or like the little ones you
I
put
don't
in
know
your mouth?
what the little ones. They're a fucking waste of money. They don't taste like anything. Taste like fucking chalk. And
Oh,
they,
yeah.
But they might help your heartburn.
Yeah.
If you're an old drinking fucker like I am.
But Keith, you're right. I mean, like there used to be
Built-in
like the really
big
big.
ones.
Yeah.
You had to like go get them at like the arcade when you're checking in like 500 tickets that you
Uh-huh.
spent $65 on. There's like, hey, here's a jawbreaker.
Dude, can you
You're like, oh,
imagine-
sweet,
can
awesome.
you imagine like 8 of your buddies at 9 years old all just sucking on a fucking section of that fucking 3-inch jawbreaker? Disgusting.
Disgusting.
Together?
Why not?
Wow, you're sucking
Like-
on
like
something
little-
that's
yeah,
3
like-
inches together?
You know what I'm saying. Circumference.
This is the rated X
like
version of this
animals on
podcast.
little, animals on little teats.
It's like a salt lick for children.
A
Oh,
salt
that
lick.
well, okay, sure, yeah, sugar lick.
So sorry. No, go ahead.
I was gonna ask, do you like, because we're talking about the big jawbreakers, like do you like bigger? It's really fun to me when you see those foot-long Snickers on Christmas time, or those 20 diameter Reese cups that you've got to
Have
figure
you
out
seen
how to
the
eat.
15-pound Haribo gummy bear?
No,
It's one
no,
gummy bear.
No,
It's 15 pounds.
No, I don't believe that.
You can't
No,
even
it's
eat it.
true.
that
They
up.
sell them at Target.
I'm looking this up.
Oh,
Talk amongst
oh,
yourselves.
dude. Well,
Target sells a 3-pound one. I think that, you know.
Yeah.
Can you imagine literally eating bites off of a gummy bear, putting it away for the night,
Wait. Pause
and
there.
then letting your saliva, your crusty ass mouth saliva, dry on it?
How do you
And then
pa-
come back to that. The
How do
next
you
day?
put it away for the night?
you just put the bag back in it. You put it back in the bag.
Wait, when I
You're gonna
Google
rinse
this,
it off in the sink.
when I Google this, it says people also ask, do Haribo gummy bears make you poop?
Oh yeah. Some of the ones that's like, I mean, they don't make me poop.
All right. So a friend of ours, Dan, he is obsessed with
Haribo
Haribo gummy bears. He has eaten
Or
5
Black
pounds
Forest.
in one setting.
Yeah.
Is he still alive?
Yes.
He says it upset his stomach mildly, but he was able to maintain normal function as a human being.
Holy shit!
Take that as you will, audience. Get after
You're
it.
right. It's
He also
$30.
considers himself a machine.
Yeah.
So guys, this is the longest and sweetest segment I think we've ever had. So
We got through a lot
Sweetest.
of the questions.
Pun intended.
pun intended. Who wants to talk about the song that they brought
Yo,
first?
this shit is 72 ounces.
Well, it depends. You want to get soft and soulful, or are we getting hard? Are we going hard right from the get go?
Let's go hard.
I
We're
like
going
it.
hard.
Let's go hard.
Want to go hard?
All right. Tell us what the song is, Nick.
This is a song from my band, from some Frederick guys and some West Virginia guys. We're called Tending to the Corpses. It's, homage to my mother. And the song called Absence of Light. And yeah, it's just a song from my band that we like to play.
Resurrection, down, face to ground.
Wow.
So heavy.
That was a great song, dude.
Oh, thank you.
Now that we're to the music portion of this, an hour into the podcast, Tending to the Corpses, how long has that been a band? And where are you guys at right now? You recording? You writing?
Well, I'd like to backtrack a little bit.
Okay.
Do you remember, like, 3 years ago, sitting at the brewery
With
on
you?
the front couch?
I do.
By the window.
Yes.
You and I, we had a moment.
We had a hell of a moment.
I mean,
it was a gummy bear moment.
it was kind of like we would sharing a 3-inch jawbreaker together.
That's right. At the same time.
But yeah, so we started, I think, 3 years ago. I had this idea.
I didn't know that was right. I don't remember that being right then. That's when that was?
Yeah, I think
That's
it was right before the pandemic hit.
No kidding.
I
Okay.
think so.
Go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I didn't know it
Who
was
knows? I don't know. But I just remember the moment. It
Yeah,
was
well, me
great.
too. I had butterflies.
And so, like, there was a story I read out of Pennsylvania about this old lady who her husband had passed away and her sister had passed away. And, you know, she was tending to their deceased corpses because she couldn't let them go. And so in the article that I read, it said the lady was tending to the corpses of her deceased husband and deceased sister. And I wanted to start a band because I had not been in one in a while because I was ready to pick it back up. And I wanted it to be about things that would be conceived as terrible in the public eye, but not really done out of maliciousness. So find like a kind of a soft, like almost like watching the movie. Like imagine if Rudy, his dad, beat him sadistically, but he still wanted to win over his approval when he got into the game. It's like I wanted to touch
Totally get
into that mindset. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And that's the whole premise of it. So
Wow.
So are you guys writing?
we're working on commercial jingles right now, but
Bubblegum specifically.
Bubble tape.
No,
they,
we
they
are
gotta
writing.
bring up that age.
Yeah, that's
we
right.
are writing new music. Yeah,
Okay.
having some fun.
Anything booked right now? Any shows?
No, we our singer had a little bit of an accident.
Uh-oh, he pooped.
Oh.
Oh, you don't know?
He had too many Harborough gummy bears.
I'm going to show you a picture. He had a really bad accident. You guys
Oh,
wanna see
God.
Yeah.
Oh,
something? I'll
God.
let
I
Keith talk
wanna
real
see
quick
it.
for a little bit while I pick up
Keith,
this
take
picture.
the
On
mic.
reaction.
Set this up, man.
What am I supposed to talk about?
Have you seen this picture he's
Tending
about
to
to
the-
show
yes,
us?
I have.
What's it of?
What
It's
body
of
part?
It's of
Don't say anything. Don't say anything.
it's of a body part.
Okay. Is it above the waist or below the waist?
above the waist.
It is above the waist.
It's not as exciting, but I'll take it.
Phil, are we playing Guess Who right now?
Pervert.
Guess
Is it
what?
20.
We playing Guess What? Guess what is lacerated?
I don't want to talk about it too much, but like I do feel bad
God.
because it was
You're
an
gonna make me
accident
throw
and
up.
he suffered a horrible accident. He's got to deal with it. It's not a joke, but
Oh, no.
it's serious.
Oh,
Wait, what?
Oh, Chris
can't.
wants
Dude,
more.
I can't.
Chris
I
wants
can't.
more. It doesn't even look real. Right?
It looks like a
does not
jelly
look real.
candy. It looks like a jelly candy.
It does.
So okay, so what? This
Chris
look-
is
Look at this
continuing
guy. Just
to
taking
stare at
in.
it.
Just taking it in.
So what did he do?
Slipped.
For those who didn't hear, he said slipped.
Yeah, it,
Slipped.
Slipped on what? Ice?
No, he was in a mosh pit, and he was just getting down, and he got knocked over, and there was a piece of glass on the floor, and it got his arm.
Oh, no.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Dang. Yeah, it kind of looks like his elbow's airbag exploded.
It's pretty serious.
That's really bad.
Elbow, that's a good description,
You know,
actually.
Kenny's a tough dude. He's gonna
Super tough.
take it on the chin to get through it and stuff. But yeah,
How long is he going to be out?
I don't know. Not too long, I don't think.
And not making jokes of injury, but I mean, like, you don't need your elbow to sing.
You need your elbow to throw punches at the audience.
That's
when you're
right.
singing.
That's right.
You know how we roll.
That's true.
You know how we roll.
Us drummers. Well, speaking of music, though, and Tending the Corpses, Old Mother has been hosting a lot of music.
Right.
What is your... I know your thoughts, Nick, on a lot of it, but Keith, what do you think about Old Mother hosting music as much as you guys are now?
I think it's great. I mean, we've always had the idea to be a music venue in Frederick, sort of highlighting local original music. You know, certainly popular songs and things bring people together, and that's all a good time. But Nick being an artist and us being an artist in beer, it just, you know, his passion for music. And actually, so the people that were, or the band that we're going to talk about, Honestly Soul, coming up next, sort of, I never really grew up appreciating music. I just grew up listening to music that was popular, and I grew up on country, but like, you know, I'm a 90s kid, you know?
Third Eye Blind.
Yeah, Third Eye Blind, Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, Nirvana, like all those bands. I just listened to them because they were, I mean, they're good, right?
Yeah.
But I've sort of been given the opportunity to dig deeper into music and like let it impact me, and it's been crazy. So,
And I'd like to elaborate on this a little bit if I could. No, seriously, like, we've all been in the Frederick music scene for a long time. There is a lot of great artists who are like very, I even consider them clever, just with music writing, very artistic, very good at what they do. But Frederick historically has been I want to hear the cover bands kind of town, right? And so we have a bigger platform with our company. We definitely, it's not like we just want to showcase what people have to offer in Frederick from an original standpoint, but like it kind of is who we are. Mm-hmm. So it's it's not even a choice. I mean, we can't abandon ourselves, right? Yeah. So like, I don't know, forget all the business aspect of it, but like there's got to be a place where people, like, we can thrive in the arts and stuff in Frederick.
Well, and it's cool, Keith.
It has to happen.
Yeah, and you guys were kind of talking about like, oh, this is your craft and this is your artistry, so it makes sense why you would connect with music. And it's like, I don't know of any other like brewery or even company that would kind of like put those two things together. So that's just a really like interesting like crossroads that you've kind of found.
Yeah, I mean, I think from a business standpoint, you know, every brewery has bands and music played in their tasting room, but I don't know. I mean, it could be that other people do have the passion for promoting other artists and sharing that sort of thing. But like Nick said, you know, we're passionate about the platform we have, and obviously he's been plugged into music your whole life, really. I mean,
well, I will say this too. There are a lot of breweries that have always expressed a lot of interest in having music in town. There have not been a lot, and I'm not naming any names, but there have not been a lot that want to turn up. A lot of times, and I say this being in bands, both.
What do you mean by turn up?
The music, the volume. Like there are certain places
we're
where
okay with the cops.
Yeah,
I mean, you
I
know,
had to talk to the police on Saturday.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
But like I've been in bands where they want us to turn down constantly because we're playing a tap room. I've been in bands where it's like we've been told to only show up with certain instruments and all that stuff. And this, you know, I think there are a couple in town that do allow people to really plug in, but you guys do it more consistently, I think, than anybody else.
Yeah, let's get loud. Let's like
We
want people to come feel the music, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, if you're slaying, I don't need you to slay on an acoustic. Like do what you want to do, right?
Yeah.
And then you know, we're always respectful. We're respectful of our neighbors. You know, and honestly, you know, we've always stopped music at 10 o'clock. You know, it's not, we're not trying to disrespect anybody. We're just giving people a little bit of an audience or a little bit of space to let it out for a second. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, we're not doing anything disrespectful.
And show 7 to 10, it's a game changer. It's so cool where it's like, you know, like so Old Mother's all the way down on 6th Street, but it's like it's cool, 7 to 10, and then you can go walk up Market and go do whatever else you want, and there'll be other things that are open, but like you're kind of getting like almost an oasis experience of like something in Frederick, which is just really special. So it's like it's so cool that that's just kind of your thing, but you've like almost kind of just observed it and then said, oh, we want more of this, and you just kind of lean into that, and it's just so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, Nick, you slaved away when you were like, oh, I'm gonna like paint this wall black and I'm gonna get these cool curtains, and it was just like you were just doing that like on your spare time, like after you're doing work stuff, because you're just so passionate about music. And it's like, if anybody that hasn't been, that back room it's so cool and so different from even 2 years ago.
It's enough space for people to go see a band, and you can get into the mix if you want to, but if you want to kind of stand out a little bit, you have the freedom to do so. Or if you want to take a break, go into the front tasting room and the thing's still going on, you got options and everything like that. Therefore, yeah, but the music's got to stay loud because that's how it's supposed to be fucking played.
Well, speaking of music being fucking played, Keith, you want to set up this next song? Who are we listening to?
Yeah, so these are my boys, Honestly Soul, formerly known as Brothers Keeper. Cullen and Word started Brothers Keeper. Oh, you're going to have to go on their page. Maybe 4 years ago. Cullen and Word, I'm sorry if I didn't get that right.
You fucked it up.
I should have done some homework, for their pitch, but I love those guys. So Cullen and I worked air conditioning together before we opened the brewery.
Okay.
So that's how I know Cullen. And Cullen, the first day I met him, we were on a roof changing filters. He had a good old Amish hat on. He was wearing his Blue Season Air shirt. I'll never forget that. Such a cool, like, down to earth dude. And I think he was actually just learning how to play guitar, or maybe he had a guitar. I have had a guitar ever since I was 16 years old. Ask me how many chords I know how to play.
How many chords do you know how to play?
I think three. And beginning of the pandemic, I plugged in. Beginning of the pandemic, obviously we were all home. I had some time to like pick it up and play, and my son liked watching me play, and he even strums now and then. So I want to find time to like try and ingrain that into my body, but I haven't been a musician my entire life, so it's hard.
Hey, don't sell yourself short. Give everybody out there your AC/DC.
No, dude, I can't do it. Dude, I can't. No, I can't.
I'm not fucking around.
This
I can't
is your
do it.
time to shine. Let it rip.
Dude, I can't do it.
You did it.
Listen, I'm talking about
Come on.
brother. I'm talking about Honestly
Come on, guys.
Soul.
Egg this on. You need to hear that.
AC/DC.
Come on.
We'll see.
Dude, do you hear the stuff in my?
I hit the sack. I got a pack.
Can't do it.
It's amazing.
Thunderstruck.
Yes, I told you.
All right.
Sign that record
So
deal now.
anyway. So I'm pretty sure Cullen was sort of in his serious revelation of wanting to be a musician.
Yeah.
And so we worked together at Season Air for 4 years. And, we both parted ways with the company and have done things. And fortunately, we've been able to keep in touch. But Cullen has opened my eyes to, like, Tedeschi Trucks. We just went to see Lettuce down in D.C.
Cool.
And I have never understood... Do you call them jam? They're not jam bands. Like,
That is a genre.
Tedeschi Trucks is more of a bluesy thing.
My stereotype jam band was, like, Grateful Dead.
Yeah.
Which... much respect, right? But it's never been something that I have gotten into and like I have felt, right? Mm-hmm. But Tedeschi Trucks and like Lettuce, dude,
Lettuce is funky. They're
unbelievable,
funky, yeah.
Unbelievable, and it was crazy. So anyway, Cullen has really opened my eyes to like some of this music. But him and Word started as just them two, and they would bring in drummers and other people. Musicians have friends that they'll do like a 4 or 5 person set, whatever. Yeah. So they rebranded as Honestly Soul. Their first show, sold out show, at Rams Head, Annapolis, was this past March, I believe. Ooh. And I took my wife there, like our first date that we've had ever.
I got married, then I dated her.
That's why we fell in love. No, it was our first date after we had our son Charlie together alone. So it was a special day to see Cullen and his new band on stage in a sold out show. Enjoying it with my wife, and honestly it was an experience. It was like the whole show was like this like choreographed, energetic thing, and at the end I was like, holy cow, like, can this not end? So these guys, Rise and Grind is one of their new singles they released, I think like 6 months ago. So they're together with, I think, a 9 or 10 piece band. They've got horns, keyboard, drums, bass, the whole setup, and it is unbelievable to watch.
Awesome.
So booking agents,
let's bring them.
They're Annapolis-based band, so they play a lot down in that area. Cullen and Word have come up and played at the brewery a couple times. To get the full 10-piece experience up here in Frederick would be amazing.
Let's do it. We'll pay him in Skittles.
Yeah. Yeah, so Cullen and Word, if you hear that.
We'll pay you in Skittles
Listen,
and gummy bears.
We can make it happen.
That's right.
I got a forklift, okay?
So here's this song.
traffic the other day thinking to myself, how many people rode hamster wheels and acquired wealth? How many of us just fall in line and follow suit? Why have the ball in your hand if you gon' be scared to shoot? Now here's my perspective. Middle finger to all the fear that I'm speaking reckless. Did it jaws away for far too long. Following the fray, that's where I went wrong. Go to school, get a job, work 40 years, die. Oh, you got a dream, get your head up on the sky. But I'm find it out. If you grind it out, you'll be better off than walking blind about work surfaces and making purchases of all the BS they sell when they expect you to fail. If you don't set your sail, ain't gon' never take off. Oh, then you stick by the times of the lost. Or you can get up off of your thing. Use your voice, your talent, your brain. Going out here and change some lives. Hard work, vision, and sacrifice. And grind. Ride and grind. Ride and grind. Ride and grind. But I don't wanna go unless you're coming with me. Say I don't wanna go without you unless you're coming with me. Ride and grind. Ride and grind. Ride and grind. Ride and grind.
Oh, that was an amazing song. You know, it reminded me of the jam band that went down in the annals of history. They were called Double Motorcycle.
Can I say that's one
Did
of
you
my
just say
favorite beers?
anals?
He did say
Anals.
annals.
Oh.
But
Oh yeah, the Double
Annals.
Motorcycle beer.
It's one of my favorite beers.
Tandem biker.
Yeah. So for Christmas one year, my wife got me 14 4-packs.
14?
Yeah, she loves me.
That's
a
like
whole lot.
$1,000.
It was. I think she bought all of them from you. guys.
That's
It's a lot of love.
that's 2.5 cases of beer.
Yeah, it was insane. She goes, "Yeah, I went a little overboard." I'm like, "How'd you carry this in?" She's like, "I took a bunch of trips."
of just the one beer.
Yeah. Oh,
But that's because you loved it.
So, well, like we both do, because it's just that perfect balance of like, oh, there's a little bit of sour, but
Sour,
then it's like the
sweet,
sweet, and it's like
bitey,
and she hates IPAs and she hates double
Perfect
IPAs.
for double
So it was just the best.
motorcycle.
Crack that in the mic. Crack it in the mic. Don't hide it. Don't be scared.
So, okay. One thing we do every week, I said I would set this up, so I'm just going to move on.
I stole your thunder. I'm sorry.
Every week, even though you never listen to these episodes, we give you guys an ad.
Hank
Essentially,
makes you go, oh, yeah.
Chris looks up a beer and reads the description and says, hey, if you're going to Old Mother, buy whatever. So you are here with actually your own beer tonight. If you were to do a commercial for Old Mother right now, what beer would you highlight and what would you say?
Can I take this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, I've had this idea. I have an 11-year-old daughter. I have this idea of sitting in my living room, and I'm just sitting there on the couch, and my daughter comes downstairs trying to sneak out of the house at 11 with like a 6-pack of Budweiser, right? And I see her like kind of tiptoeing towards the front door, and I hear the door. I'm kind of nodding off, you know what I mean? Like that kind of sleepy time of the night. And I hit the door handle, it kind of wakes me up. I say, hey, wait a minute. Where the hell do you think you're going? She turns around and sees a 6-pack of that. I see the 6-pack of Budweiser. I'm like, you better get your ass over here. You ain't going out like that. And I make her take a 6-pack of Hank instead.
Oh my gosh.
So this is brought to you by Old Mother Brewing.
It's a great commercial idea.
That was great.
I got nothing to add to that.
No, but if you're going to do an audio only commercial, so for example, I'm going to show you guys how the sausage is made. It's not good. You might not even like sausage. I'll go, hey Colin, this episode is brought to you by Old Mother Brewing, and you know, Colin, they have a new pilot batch beer, and it's the Old Scotchman. It's a wee heavy. Yeah. It's 8.9%, and man, this small batch ale was brewed with layers of specialty malts and Scottish oats for a flavor profile of rich toffee, warm caramel, and chocolate notes. And although its a malt profile is dominant, it's not overly sweet and the perfect nightcap for your chilly evening.
Did you write that?
Put that tie on and sell it to me, boy.
Yeah. Did you guys write that?
We did.
In my sleep.
Yeah. In my.
While I was eating a sample trifecta from Sheetz at 1 a.m. one day.
I thought you were going to say a Skittles spread.
Topped with Skittles.
Yes.
No, in all honesty, the way we roll is we don't take many things very seriously except for our beer. Like, that's legit. We fucking are serious about that. And we try not to oversell it because that's dumb. Come and try it. And we think you'll like it, and we think you'll have a good time what we do. And we want to see and hang out with you. Tell me some ridiculous stories about yourself. I want to get to know you a little bit.
And bring some earplugs when we have a metal show because it's loud and awesome.
Where is Old Mother Brewing in 10 years?
Still rocking.
Still rocking.
Still doing
Full stage production in the back, light show.
Listen, I just hope I'm alive in 10 years.
That
Being
makes
a
one
dad
of
is
us.
hard business. You all hear me out there? Being dad's hard business.
Yeah, that's true. Well, being dads, it's tough, but it's rewarding.
So, but in 10 years, is there going to be an Old Mother 2? Are you guys going to build a second level on the top? What do you guys like? What does 10 years look like?
What about an old
we're
daddy?
Going up. We're going up. Old Mother deck.
Are you really?
No.
Oh, fuck off.
No, the warehouse space. That's all of our equipment's up top there. Oh. And it's just That's a lot of dough for the Frederick skyline.
We also kind of think just because you get larger and larger and larger as a company, we talk about these things and think about these things. Getting larger and growing like a lot is not necessarily always the best thing for your life, like your personal life. So like, there's a fine balance to kind of have, right? So like,
what's balance?
having some time to yourself and your family, honestly, without just being crushed by your job because of the growth that it's experiencing or whatever. I mean, you got to find a balance, and sometimes holding back a little bit to spend a little more quality time with your friends and your family is worth the less growth, I believe. That's kind of my thought on that.
It's crazy because you guys are oozing with fun. And you guys genuinely care about each other as people. Like, we're having like probably one of like the biggest laughs ever. It's like, and you guys work together almost every day. Like, I kind of feel like if you guys weren't having fun, you wouldn't do this anymore.
I mean, let's be real. You gotta have fun in this kind of a job because, like, it can be stressful, like anything. It's just a lot going on all the time. You got to keep it light, keep it easy, and you got to learn how to work together and just, get shit done.
100%.
We'll see where you guys are at.
100%.
We'll see where you guys are at 10 years in this room with fucking throwing ninja stars at each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've always,
We just hope for LED lights. That's all.
I've always wondered this, and this goes back to the old place. What was the moment when you said, I want to move? What was the thing where you're like, we got to get out?
Nick, do you mind? I'll take this. It was second year anniversary party. We had it.
Was that when we played?
We had it. No, you all played.
The first one? We were on the bed of a truck.
Yes,
in the
you all
back.
played the first one.
Okay.
Because the second one was at the fairgrounds.
Thanks for.
No.
We played both then.
No, the trailer. The trailer was not an anniversary party.
Okay.
We were just starting. We were trying to do like a backyard.
But we did do the fairgrounds. Was that an anniversary party?
Yes.
Okay. Was that the second one?
Yeah. First one was in our parking lot. Okay. So second anniversary party. We brought all of our beer over to the fairgrounds. We were brewing 100 gallons at a time. 100 gallons at a time. Yeah, the second anniversary party was great.
Pause for people that don't know. How many gallons do you brew now at a time?
We have a 10-barrel brew house, so we can brew about 330 in one batch. So, yeah, triple production, but the 100 gallons we were brewing was double batch. So, we were brewing on a 1.5 barrel. So, we made a good decision to scale because we brought back 2 half kegs from our anniversary party, and that was it. We had 2 beers on tap in our tasting room for 2.5 weeks after our anniversary party.
Dude, I know you're going to finish this statement, but we could talk for 30 minutes of the first couple years that we were in business, and the stories would be amazing.
Yeah.
It was fucking incredible. There was like rules to the wall. No, like it was the wild, wild west for us.
Rules to the wall.
Yeah, like we didn't follow
I'm looking that up on Urban Dictionary.
Is that like
right
a lot
now.
of rules or no rules?
Fuck you!
No, we were living sort of wild and free, and it was fantastic. But as you grow as a business, certainly, I think I'll pat him on the back. He can pat me on the back. We've certainly grown as business owners and bosses and managers and stuff. So, where are we in 10 years? I hope that we're still with.
Why we wanted to switch over to the new place?
Because we had 2 kegs from our back. So we had the entire building was 1,800 square feet. That was. Are you talking about our fermentation closet?
I thought you were going to talk about that drunk ass motherfucker that I almost had to pull.
Oh, that guy! I gave that guy a moped.
Maybe I shouldn't say that out loud.
We
sold this dude a moped. Didn't we say it was from
I didn't
Pee-wee
sell
or
it to him. I gave it to him.
Didn't we say it was like from Pee-wee's Playhouse or something?
I don't. Maybe you did. I don't know.
You remember that?
No.
Dude, this is going to go on the stories of the first years in there.
So it just means we have to have you back on a podcast.
Yeah, I mean, in 10 years.
I want to write a book. Let me write the book, The Oral History of Old Mother Brewing.
Oral history?
Slower.
Into the annals of the world.
The anal history of Old Mother.
I'm down with oral history.
So yeah, either way, we realized that the dipping our toes in the water was a great start, but we were really looking for a larger place to produce, and we've certainly grown. I mean, we've gotten 80% more tank space than we started with when we expanded, and I think we're like coming right up on the cusp of where we're happy. We're getting to the point where things are starting to get paid off and whatever else. So. Staff is happy. We're happy. We're just trying to keep the tight little family. And, like Nick touched on, you got to have a little fun sometimes. So if growth means a significant amount of stress and everybody stops having a good time, well, then what the hell are we doing? So
that's not a life I want to live.
Hell no.
You're having a bad time. That's
we got some yakking to do, bro.
Yak.
You mean like
Some key yakking.
Oh, we get into some mountain shit.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Got some key yakking and some
You're
four-wheeling.
with the nature.
Yeah, with the nature.
Yeah, I think, also just, for, brewing beer is a lifestyle choice for us. We've been into it forever. I started when I was 18. Just home brewing, love
You're
it.
only 20.
What are you doing later?
The only thing that's 20 is that comforter you got on that damn bed.
That's 30. That's 30.
Actually,
Actually,
by
that's
the
30.
bell? What is that?
No, it's Bob the Builder.
When you wake up late for school. Is it?
It is.
Dude, my son would love that.
At the Could Be Better Studios, by the way.
Do you
Hell
ever
yeah.
fold it over to roll on your side just to look at the man in yellow?
I
Like the yellow
speak to
little
it.
signs there?
They're different. Yeah, see, look.
It's reversible,
It's
guys.
reversible.
What? All right, that's pretty cool.
It's a chick magnet.
It's a jack magnet.
So
No, but like there is a balance, right? It's for real. Like
yeah.
some people want to just be, they want to get as big as they can, and no matter the cost, because that's what feels good to them. That's what makes them feel important in life. That's what gives them self-value, I would imagine.
Mm-hmm.
That's simply not really the case for us. I think what we're doing, we set out to do something that we love to do. We're going to do it for a while in our working years, and it has to have a blend of still having fun, still having time to do the things that we want to do, and also maintaining a good relationship with the business that we run. And so that's where we always strive to be, in that wheelhouse. Like, that's for real. Like, that's where we try to strive to be.
Well, that's good.
So we can come here and say hello to you and talk about 3-inch jawbreakers,
You have to
sugar
come
pen,
back.
and Skittles,
You have to
all
come
kinds
back.
of shit. Yeah.
So what other things do you guys have on the schedule coming up this year? Anything? Do you have an anniversary party, for instance?
Oh, Doomfest is coming up in June again.
June? Do we have a set date for that?
June.
June?
June.
June the June?
2022.
June.
Just put it on the calendar. June.
And it'll be like how it was last year, right? It'll be location 1, location 2.
Yep, same thing. And you know, I'm going to say this for anybody listening who's never heard of doom metal, or even doesn't like metal in general. It's not crazy. Nobody's getting body slams, throat punched anywhere. It's relaxed. You just get to hear some good musicians play some kind of relaxed, heavier music, and it's just kind of fun to kind of have a couple beers and relax and jam out to. So don't be intimidated by the name of the festival, please. It's not scary.
Where can people find? So you guys are on Instagram. You guys are on Facebook. Is that?
I'm not on Facebook.
Yeah, we got. Well, the brewery is, dude.
Yeah.
Old Mother Brewing Company.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Ding, ding.
Let's don't curse, dude.
He's thinking about Skittles.
Yeah. TLDR, Nick and I had a conversation. Nick's never been on Facebook, period. And it's
You had a profile for a hot minute.
I have never had a profile.
All right, he's on Instagram
dude.
now.
I know
Little
he's
bit.
on Instagram, but it's
Little
insane.
bit.
He's like, I've never been on Facebook. I'm like, I've never met a human
Yeah,
that is in his age bracket.
I
that
would
has not
love
had
to get
Facebook.
off Facebook.
Same.
However, the business page is tied to my personal page,
Wow.
which may not be a requirement anymore.
I can help
I
you out
should
with that
look
if you want
into
to get
that.
out of it.
For real?
Chris will take it over.
Oh, shit. I mean,
I did not say that. I did not say that. But
I have met.
Fighting about opinions in politics. What the hell?
So
you're making a difference.
Facebook is like I
Your
enjoy.
words matter.
I enjoy Facebook to see like old friends and
Yes.
things, right? But for the most part, I'm fairly inactive, and I just don't. Yeah, it's just.
It's the life.
I'll tell you what I'm the most active on is Facebook Marketplace. I'm always looking for old trucks.
What was the last
and
thing you
good
sold
deal-
on Facebook Marketplace?
Snowboard. I sold a snowboard like
His
3 weeks
body.
ago.
Hell yeah.
My body. That's not on the.
It's a
public
wonderland.
Page. It's a. It's a
Doesn't take very
wonderland.
long to explore it.
Oh, where'd that gummy bear come from?
So you can find Old Mother on Etsy.
Yeah, right next to the Castorium
Yeah.
from Russia.
From Russia with Love was based on a castor sack.
Castor Sack is the name of my autobiography.
Ah,
So, guys, this was fun.
This
Yeah.
is tons of fun.
If not
Yeah.
chaotic at times, but we thrive in chaos.
that's just how we roll. Yeah.
That's just how we
Yeah.
roll. If there was one message you wanted to tell the world because you're not on Facebook, what would it be?
We appreciate everybody that comes into our doors and supports small business all across the country. We appreciate music bookers like you guys that are plugged into the local scene to bring us new fresh stuff. Even not new fresh, just keeping it real.
Just stuff.
Keeping it real.
Yeah.
We're just
Keeping
gonna
it
bring
real.
you stuff, Skittles. and
Let's all just keep it real, and everything's all good, right?
that's all good.
Yeah.
You ready for another shot?
Yeah, I think so.
I wasn't expecting.
That's a stupid question.
That was both of your heads like went down. You were like,
in this room, there are no rules, right?
"There
are
are
no
telling me."
rules.
Yeah, this is like 2015.
None of us
The
have clothes
pioneer
on.
days.
I'll do another shot if you let me body slam you under your bed. Because I saw all your action wrestling figures out there. I know you know how to do it.
They're
Just
not
let me do
my.
it.
It's not my bed. It could be better studios.
Yeah, we can't.
Well,
we'll cut that.
The green room couch. Can I body slam you under
The green. Now what is this?
Guys, this has been awesome. Thank you so much for coming on. Check out Old Mother Brewing on Facebook, on Instagram.
526 North Market Street.
Boom.
Right up on top, across the street from the firehouse.
We have a parking lot.
There's a parking lot.
We have a parking lot.
It's
and
so
it's
good.
free. It doesn't cost any money. And it's on 6th Street with the Gravel and Grind folks. Please park there and walk in our 6th Street entrance. It's so easy.
So easy.
So easy.
Paved
so
paradise.
Paved paradise.
To put up a parking.
And buy some coffee, too. They have
Gravel and
great
Grind's so
coffee.
good.
Gravel and Grind.
And you can bike
hello.
and everything. It's great.
Oh, yes. Yep.
All right. Thanks, guys.
The Could Be Better podcast is produced by Chris Perry and Colin McGuire from the Could Be Better Studios in Frederick, Maryland.
Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at couldbebettermeh.
You could also email us at couldbebettermeh@gmail.com. And don't be afraid to reach out if you're an artist, a band, anybody looking for a show. We'd love to book you. Also, if you'd happen to want to be a sponsor, we'd like to hear from you too.
Subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts or follow us on Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcast. Give us a 5-star review if you like what you heard and want to hear more. And also give us a 5-star review if you don't like what you heard, definitely don't want to hear more.
His name is Chris Perry,
His is Colin McGuire.
and we are out of time. For now, this could be better.